Okay. It should be live.
Okay.
I'm gonna go double check.
Ingrid's appearance here was not staged. She just jumped on me
Oh,
as
Ingrid
we
is
hit
so
go live.
sweet.
Yes. Well, debatable.
Oh, wow, you're such a bully. You're an Ingrid bully now. I didn't know that.
She's extremely bad-tempered.
Your face is extremely bad-tempered. Oh!
You're aware that we are live now.
Yeah. It's okay,
It
no
used
one's
to
here
be
yet.
It used to be that you would talk like this before we went live, then you'd hit talk and we would try to be professional. Now there's just no difference.
There hasn't been a difference since the gargoyles. On month 3 of this
No, you
alliance. This
were
unholy alliance.
the degree to which you've been dancing on the spot and calling me a whore has definitely increased in the last few months.
I said no such thing.
Anyway.
Okay, at everyone. Bloodborne AMA. Hi! Hi Hayes, welcome to the stream!
Hi. I'll go get the chat. I can actually, like, view it properly. Oh, we have a like already. Thank you. Thank you, enablers.
Another Bloodborne AMA from Richie and me. Smiley face.
Hey, Aki.
Argy is here. Hi. Cool.
Hello, Solitas. It's going good. It's very early for Sin. She's got her early morning attire on. And it's 11 p.m. for me.
Yeah, welcome, welcome.
Sin's looking especially like a hacker right now because she's got the blue light on her face.
Yeah. It's actually a reflection of Windows something. Which Windows is this? How do I find out?
Hey Danny, it is indeed coffee hours for both of us. Hello Ingrid.
Oh. Anyway, it has the screen is blue and it has a window on it because it's Windows. It's
hey Milk.
Milk is the milk that drew that Brutus picture.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, those 2 pictures. Did I send you the second
one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Ruffy's here.
Hi, Ruffy.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like, oh, gentle Brutus.
They were so nice, yeah. Sin's wearing shades inside because it's very early in the morning.
Yeah, I'm a celebrity.
Oh, Nathan, no, Bloodborne Up Close is still happening. I just had a very busy couple of weeks. It's like almost done. The next one.
Richie was like, listen, Bloodborne Up Close will never measure up to sketchy boss arenas.
Well, it's true. I mean, but there's demand. It's like grist for the mill. Like, we do some serious videos, and that gives us like the space to do sketchy boss arenas.
You know, we never finished sketchy NPC arenas. We did part 1.
Yeah.
But we didn't cover all of them.
That's because a lot of the NPCs share arenas. And those arenas are also the boss arenas in a lot of cases, so I don't know what.
Oh, God! Wow. Shade. Okay. So...
Yeah, Potato, there have been a lot of AMA streams lately because it's the end of the year and we're tired.
Yeah.
So it's like this, alright, just hit record.
Yeah, we've been recording and editing non-stop for 3 years, actually.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, it's catching up to us. Okay, so before we look up the questions that we received on Patreon, this
Hmm.
do people who are here have any questions?
Oh,
If you
Solitaire, this is AMA 1 because it's Bloodborne AMA 1.
oh yeah,
What beer is that? It is not beer, it is blood orange and passion fruit mineral water.
Richie, have you ever even had beer?
Maybe like once every 4 or 5 years, I will have some to be polite.
Somewhat.
I'll have some to be polite, like
Mm.
if we're out and it's served.
Oh, cool. Oh, let me show you
Hello.
something. Actually, sorry, were you
Hmm.
saying something? Were you
Hi.
saying something?
Show me the thing. Show me
Okay.
the thing.
So remember, you know how I love garage sales, thrift shops, church sales, stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah,
So this was actually before you and I met, I think. I went to this church sale and I saw this really pretty mug.
yeah,
And I'm like, I don't know, I just feel really attracted to it. And it cost like, you know how on sales mugs are like $1. It's like,
yeah,
oh my god, give me all your mugs.
yeah.
And this is what the mug looks like.
Oh, that's very
And it's
cute.
actually, there's liquid in it, and I can see what it
Yeah.
says, but it says something like made in Australia.
Oh wow.
Richie,
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. I think you told me about
yeah,
this, and
this
it's
mug
got
was a
like,
premonition.
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I show you the mug I got that wasn't
Yes.
on sale?
Yeah.
Okay. I got this mug, and you'll notice that the top of it is a rounded rectangle,
This is
and therefore it's
amazing.
actually
Because
basically
it's a
impossible to
rainbow.
drink. It's impossible to drink out of.
Get a straw. Think, adapt, overcome, get a straw.
I have many straws, but like this is the problem with it. That's how difficult it is to actually drink out of because it does not have a rounded top.
But it matches your headphones, so it's okay.
I actually have a straw that is also a rainbow, so I can combine the
Mm.
two.
Okay, that is beautiful. This is amazing. Yesterday,
Thank
my
you very
boyfriend
much.
and I watched Lego Movie 2,
Hmm.
and this is making me think of it. Because everything was really cutesy there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really
Well, I
cool.
noticed you have lights in your background now.
Yeah, okay, so my mom, she's like, oh, you guys have no Christmas lights. I'm gonna bring you some, put them outside. And then I had to
Yeah.
sadly inform my mother, like, Mom, we have no outlet outside. She was very disappointed. She's like, put them inside. So she gave me a bunch of Christmas lights, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. But when she said put them inside, she meant inside at the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll put them here. And I sent her a picture. She was like, no. And I'm like, yes.
Danielle says she has a cat mug with ears, and when she tries to drink out of it, the ears stab her in the eye.
My God, Danielle. That is, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ali's here. Ali is
Hi.
like one of the original cultists. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
OG. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to start on Bloodborne
Okay.
stuff?
All right.
Okay.
So the first question is
Do I
by
get the
John.
questions, or do you just read them to me?
I will send them to you.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is the first question.
Mm-hmm.
John asks, was there ever a disguise mechanic for stealthy play? Some of the townsfolk talk as if they know the player is near, smell us even, but don't know where we are. Of the torch guys, even shout, "Found you!" Perhaps
Yeah.
that would happen if your disguise fails. Uh,
Um.
what do you think?
Well, as far as we can tell, like it wasn't a disguise mechanic. It's just like because you're sneaking around, they like they're looking like they wanted to emphasize stealth, basically. But there, okay, this is the thing. There was a disguise mechanic. It had nothing to do with stealth, but the mirror in the hunter's dream.
Mhm.
that used to have an option called disguise, and when you used it, it let you change your appearance. It's like it let you change. The idea is you're putting on a disguise to look like someone else, but it was literally just change your appearance. It wasn't like a disguise
Oh.
mechanical.
Oh my god.
Daniel has...
Richie,
Yes.
you change your appearance to look like Lawrence so you can infiltrate the healing church, and then you show up and people are like, Lawrence, but we have your skull. But then someone is like,
Yeah.
there's already like 4 different skulls. I guess this is the real Lawrence. And then
Yeah.
what you actually do is you fix the healing church.
How do you fix that?
Okay, first of all, you're like, guys, we need to get all our documentation in order in case
Good
there's
luck.
an audit. Because I feel like there's gonna be one, because we kind of poisoned the city, we kind of turned everybody into beasts. And then you like, everything that's not okay, you check in with the ethics committee on how to make it okay. And then maybe, you know what? Maybe you just terminate the entire experiment and you start from scratch. You just start over and do it right.
That's kind of what happened with old Yarnum in a way.
Are you saying there was a Lawrence imposter already?
Well, in a sense, they decided to wipe the slate clean and start again by setting the town on fire and preventing anyone from getting in or out. Check chat. Kira has something to say.
Kira says you disguise yourself as Ludwig to kill Maria. Kira gets like 1,000,000 points right there. Kira, write that down. It's a lot of points.
Okay, so Daniel asks, do you think Eileen is thematically related to Velka? Sin, do you think Eileen's thematically related to Velka?
No, I think Eileen is thematically related to those plague doctors.
Okay.
I think
But
it's just, yeah, she has like the crow thing going on, but I think it's just because crows are like fancy, you know.
But there's also like that Eileen is the hunter of hunters, and she's like hunting the hunters who have like gone blood drunk. So she's like tidying up, and it's kind of like Velka sending the crow people after the sinners.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Velka. She metes out punishment or whatever, Velka.
Yeah, she's like the goddess of like the justice and retribution thing, which is kind of what Eileen does.
All right, let me edit that out.
All right.
Say the question again.
Sin, do you think Eileen is thematically related to Velka?
Oh, definitely, because you know how Velka distributes justice and retribution in the same way Eileen does to blood drunk hunters?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Eileen is kind of interesting because as far as we know from all the data mining, Eileen was really later on thing, and originally like that the crow character was a character called Brandon.
Yeah.
And if you look at the crow set, it literally looks like a healing church set. Like it's got like the bells and everything the healing church have, and Brandon as a name is quite close to Brador. So I'm wondering if the original idea was like there was a church assassin crow called Brandon who was like mopping up the blood drunk hunters in the same way that Brador is protecting things. Maybe. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richie.
And there's data for the chalices that's unused. That's like there are crow hunters in the chalices, and they're called Brandon's blood crows. So it's like maybe like that was like the uniform of the faction rather than an individual thing. But yeah,
it's very interesting.
Oh, hey, we have a Mr. Lombard, long-time listener, first-time stream engager. How far do you think the Healing Church could be compared to a mafia/crime syndicate in terms of structure? Sin, you are the expert on the mafia.
I'm the expert on the mafia. Okay.
Yeah.
I
They
think
both like babies.
the thing is, so the mafia has magical babies, and Lawrence. Oh my god! Okay, are you telling me? Are you telling me that what
Mhm.
Lawrence was trying to do is create the magical babies that we commonly find in the Mafia? That would work. Because if you
Yeah,
have magical babies, you basically rule the world.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
what? Because this is so overwhelming. It's just thinking about Reborn makes me want to cry because Lambo is so cute and everything is so perfect in Reborn and it's such a good anime. And
Hmm.
season 2 might be a little delayed because we're working on other things, which is a shame.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
We
there are
may have
people
a
who.
guest for season 2, who we
Yeah,
haven't quite
it's true.
picked yet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
a couple, literally a couple of people have been asking me about Reborn. Like, when are we
yeah.
doing another one? So,
Well, it's a pattern.
yeah.
Two
There we go.
people want it. Clearly, there's a trend and there's a demand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other questions are there? Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, there's one up here. What aspects of Soulsborne do you two enjoy most that you feel other franchises lack?
Uh, I feel like Bloodborne had the same effect on me as Fallout did in terms of addicted to the actual like world and story and
Right,
wanting to know what's going to happen and what's going
right,
on.
right.
But I don't know if there's like a pattern. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Cool.
It's just those two games or Portal as well got me really addicted
Yeah.
at some point.
Hmm.
BioShock.
Yeah,
BioShock was pretty addicting.
yeah, yeah. To me, it's like it's that the design methodology feels very older kind of way of doing it because it's not trying to be streamlined and it's not trying to be like it's not we talk about this a lot, but there's like a bunch of stuff in especially in Dark Souls where if you mentioned it to someone, they'd say, "Don't do that; it's bad design."
Mm-hmm.
But that's the stuff that resonated with people, like the way that like there's like covenants you won't find, there's areas you won't find, there's like weird upgrade paths, like the way that in Demon Souls that we're replaying now, but like entire weapon upgrade paths are locked behind Flame Lurker's soul, like stuff like that, and the way that there's blacksmiths that are just in different areas that you won't necessarily find, and all this other stuff because it made it very engaging. You had to
Mm-hmm.
actually go and just find stuff as opposed to being shown it.
I actually like that aspect a lot too.
Yeah, yeah. Because like if you were pitching a game and you said like, yeah, all the weapon upgrades except the basic ones are locked behind you beating a specific boss and then not using the item you get from the boss and instead taking it to an NPC, people would say that's bad.
If you told me the game you're gonna play has no map or pause button, I'd be like, that's bad. But now I just don't understand games that do have maps and pause buttons. Like, why?
Yeah. Okay, so Sagan asks, what do you think the plot of Bloodborne would be if they kept the idea of a Demon Souls sequel? I don't think the plot would be different because, like, going back to all the pre-release, really old Bloodborne stuff that we've seen, um, the plot was always pretty much the same. It was always like church blood, beasts, great ones, old race, labyrinth under the city, vampires, children. It was all that was always there. And when they've like when we talk about the story changing, it's that they changed like like there's like one character and then they split their role into two characters, or then they like got two characters and combined them into one character, or they like invented like a new character where there wasn't one before. So these characters, it's kind of like musical chairs, and they're all moving around. They have different roles and things.
Did you
But
just say musical chairs?
yeah,
Go on.
so yeah, that's so the plot was always pretty much the same from what I can tell. Also, Bear is here. Hello, Bear.
Bear knows exactly which video I'm trying to find now. Wait. Okay, so I'm gonna post a very classic video, an excerpt from a video. Richie trying to explain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
gas coin.
yeah, the Chief Hunter emblem.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic, everyone check it out. I'm gonna post it in chat.
Eribdis wants to know why there's so many corpses down the graveyard near Sefka's clinic. I think that's just to cue you into seeing it as part of the labyrinth, because it's just full of corpses. But like again, when we talk about things being changed around, like there's builds of Bloodborne that are like a couple of months from release that don't have that ladder. So they, from what I gathered, they basically just had to, how do we make this look like part of the labyrinth? Here's some corpses, because it was like originally it was this much more sort of ornate, like tunnel. It looks like a dungeon entrance from a more traditional RPG that goes all the way down like that, and they sort of moved it around a bit. So I think it's just there because it's like there's bodies here. Here are some.
Cool.
Okay, other questions.
Okay, so let's go back to Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
So this is again from John. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna paste the question to you, Richie.
Thank you.
The doll does not seem to match who Maria was, but perhaps Gurman designed the doll in the way that he wanted her to be, or who he thought she really was, welcoming, domestic, nurturing, caring. This is how the patients thought of her toward the end of her life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
agree.
a question.
The doll does not... Oh, what a bully! That's not a question. That's a statement. That's more of a comment than a question. But yeah, I agree. The doll does not match Maria.
No, but like we had this discussion where it's like there's Maria, right?
Yeah.
The Maria that we fight is not the Maria who's actually running the research hall. Like, it's Maria at two different points in her life. Because what happens is she is Maria, the one we fight in the boss fight with the Rakuyo and the, like, pirate getup. And she's fighting, like, she presumably was part of a Hamlet massacre and everything, and she killed a whole lot of people. And then she realizes what she's done, and then she renounces all of that. And she becomes, like, the figure in the research hall. And the figure in the research hall, we are fairly certain from the way she's talked about, basically looks and acts like the doll. Like, acts like the doll, probably, like... I think the doll's getup might have just been what Maria wore when because she's not a hunter anymore. Like, we talked about this. Yeah. Like, the whole point is, it's like, it's what Dura does. Like, Dura, like, is responsible for killing a whole lot of people and beasts in Old Yana. He looks back on it, he thinks, oh god, what have I done? And then he switches. And instead of hunting it, he says, I'm going to defend this place, I'm going to stop anyone from coming, and I'm going to stop anyone from hurting the beasts. So that's like the difference. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, the doll is not Maria, who was Gurman's apprentice and was in the Hamlet, but she might be a lot like the Maria from the research hall, who we never actually meet. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, everyone, welcome. Sorry, we're missing a lot of messages, because we're, like, talking. And we also don't expect that many people to show up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, thank you for coming. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so
also,
much.
I agree, Jura should wear a dress to signify his change in display.
Awesome. But yeah, no, I definitely agree that Maria in the research hall is a Maria we never meet. It's not exactly the Maria that kicks her butt, and not exactly the Maria that's with Gurman.
Yeah, because the whole point is that she renounced all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hang on. Do you think people would have spent, Neil, this is from Tutu. Do you think people would have spent as not trying to posit the existence of mechanics like Beasthood if they didn't have a pre-existing reputation? Do you think that's Sen?
Do I think what?
Tutu's asking, like, because From had this pre-existing reputation for doing weird, obscure stuff. do you think that that's why people got so into trying to explain parts of Bloodborne that like Beasthood?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I
But
think that's definitely part
also,
of it.
a lot of people started their From journey through Bloodborne.
Yeah, but I'd say From got like the entry point people knowing about From was still Dark Souls.
Yeah, but people who never played Dark Souls wouldn't know that it's all convoluted. So
Would they? Isn't it like
I had
known?
no idea about any of that. My boyfriend was like, "This is a really great game. I want you to play," and I'm like, "We
Yeah.
almost broke up, so I don't." Oh, hi, Ingrid.
She is jumping all over me tonight. Do you know what I bet it is? It's because I was cooking when you called me, and I bet I smell of butter. And she's trying to figure out where the food is.
Where's the food? I get
It's
you,
another
Ingrid. I
food.
get you. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely agree.
RPG Talkout wants to know if we're fans of Deus Ex.
I played one of them, and then I
Yeah?
remember specifically finding it was on the ground, like a hole on the ground with the vent hole in the
Yep.
ground, and then
Yep.
stuffing all the people there so that I wouldn't get detected. So I stuffed a lot of people there. That's all I remember. I really liked it. You,
Okay.
Richie?
I've never played Deus Ex.
Okay.
I know what it is. I've just never played it.
Cool. Alright, let me get another question. Oh, next one is also from John. Oh, it's a long one. You can read it, Richie. Oh no, why can't I copy paste it?
The last thing you sent didn't send either.
No?
No.
Ooh, I'm a silly goose. Did I send it to someone else?
I think you might be sending this
can
to someone
tell?
else.
Oh! I am! I'm sending it to channel updates. Okay, let me erase that. Oh, Sid. It's early. Okay. Alright.
Mhm.
Here you go, Richie.
The artwork for Madman's Knowledge depicts glowing slugs infesting one's skull.
Hello.
Mood. It's almost like the game is implying that gaining insight causes vermin in our blood to evolve into phantasms in our brain.
No,
And
Michael! Richie, I have to interrupt you. We have to scold Michael.
Troll people for sending us money.
Michael, no! Oh, it's talking.
Will you be doing a holidays stream?
The voice was talking. The OBS was talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you be doing a holiday stream? Maybe?
Yeah, because you're going to the woods.
Yeah. We could. You'd
So-
have to stream though, because I
That's
don't got
fine.
no
I'll
good
stream from
connection.
here. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I'll yeah. Okay. Will be the return of Snack Bar 2000.
Woo! Snack bar.
Okay.
I've been thinking about that. But yeah, sorry. We have to scold Michael properly. Michael, thank you so much. We appreciate it. However, in the future, we recommend Patreon because you actually get like something, like a reward or whatever. Because on Patreon, there are like videos and things and. Well, Richie, why are you not like? I need the backup. Richie, confirm this.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a lot of things on Patreon. I think more than people realize on Patreon.
Yeah.
So and a lot of them are on like the $2 tier. So if you want to donate to us, just join the $2 Patreon tier.
Yeah, but if
And,
you really want to
you'll-
give us $20 like you did, feel free to join the $20 tier, and you actually have access to self-help advice. Remember? We'll have
Yeah.
to continue that series. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think looking at both of us, we're here to help.
Yeah, but thank
We
you
have
very
our
much,
life
Michael.
together.
Yeah. Well, look at these lights. Look at how pretty. Yeah.
I feel like that's my shtick.
Oh, no. I have loved Christmas lights ever since I've loved Fallout. So
Okay.
don't. No, Christmas lights are my thing. You can have everything else, but Christmas lights
Good.
are mine.
I don't like Christmas lights.
Good.
I don't like the Christmas aesthetic in general.
I love it because it makes me think of Fallout. Because, like, some points you go in Fallout and they don't got no lights, so it's like Christmas lights.
Tutu wants to know what Christmas lights have to do with Fallout.
I just explained it, but because it's a delay, Tutu will hear this in like 5 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the question.
Yeah, so but anyway, thank you, Michael. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you.
The artwork for Madman's Knowledge depicts glowing slugs infesting one's skull. It's almost like the game is implying that gaining insight causes vermin in our blood to evolve into a phantasm in our brain. And so when I see the crazy noodle face a-holes, presumably meaning brain suckers, grab me and start draining my insight, I take it a bit literally they're physically removing the slugs to feast on them.
Oh, interesting. That's cute.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, do you want to do them in, like, chunks then?
Yeah,
okay. Okay. So, how do you feel about the, to what extent the slug is material?
I thought
in Madman's Knowledge.
Well, I think you have more knowledge and understanding than me. I thought the slug was a metaphor, you know, like visual. I didn't think we had a literal slug in our head. It's more like slug represents knowledge and insight. Madman's knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge. Look, this slug that looks like fog or whatever. Fog that looks like
I think it's like it's kind of both, because what you're saying is accurate, but then you literally have people with slugs actually in their heads. And then you've got like the black sky eye, which is like, hey, this eye lets you peer into space, and the eye is full of phantasms that are like inside the eyeball. So it's like doing something is like physically those things are appearing inside your body somehow.
Yeah.
And like there's reference like the vermin and the sorry, Ingrid keeps jumping on me. Ingrid, no. It's over there, Ingrid. That's the food. And if you because there's no butter here, it's in the kitchen.
Butter?
You can smell the butter, but it's in the kitchen.
Richie, it's butter. It's not
butter.
Butter.
Meow. Mr. Grimsdale, the cat wants the butter. So, what I was getting at here with the phantasm vermin thing is that phantasms and vermin, they're presented as opposites. So you get, like, we talked about the black sky eye.
Oh my god, you're right. There's literal vermin in your blood, too.
Yeah, but again, like, it specifically says you have to have the rune to see the vermin in the blood. But then there's also things that actually do just straight up have a maggot living in them.
You know what? This is why I like when we record on Zencaster and I edit, because I say stupid crap and then I edit it out. But I feel like I don't know anything about anything.
You can just sit there and look like a cool hacker.
You know what? That's what I'll do.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about the vermin and the phantasms is that they deliberately counterpoint them in the DLC. Because you have the eye of a blood drunk hunter, which is you have the vermin that is making you blood drunk, and the eye it's collapsed in on itself. Like they make a point of that the eye is rotting, and it's like it's like a rotten tomato or an egg or something. It's just deflating because of all the vermin in it. And then you have the black. Yeah, I can see it. They can all see it as well.
My boyfriend gave me this keyboard. He used to have it, but I guess he outgrew it. And now I have a keyboard with light.
Can you change the colors, or is it always
Yes,
blue?
you can change it. You can make it like blink. It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, and then you have the black sky eye, which is the opposite.
Yeah.
Because they make a point of like this thing has phantasms in it, and it's still fresh. It hasn't collapsed in on itself. It's basically preserved because of the phantasms, because of the way that the game is using the eye to symbolize knowledge and understanding. It's like, okay, so the phantasms and the vermin are opposites because one is making your eye melt and one is keeping your eye fresh, basically. So I don't think that the vermin are like changing into the slugs. I think they're like polar opposites.
If you want to keep your eyes fresh, why don't you just put them in the fridge?
What, Canehurst?
Thank you, Richie.
Okay, so what is the scar on Squidface Boy's skull, assuming the church experimented on them, removing their brain to make room for the hungry slug? Says that the same scar is on the statue in the workshop.
What? What scar?
Okay, you know how the brain suckers, the back of their head, it has like a scar along it? where
Yeah.
they have like a Pac-Man mouth that opens up.
Yeah,
Um,
for the slug
yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then they talk about like there's also the statue in the workshop. The one that's also in the Chalice dungeons that's got like a an incision on the head.
Okay,
What do you think they're connected?
perhaps.
Thank you, Sin.
You're welcome.
So like the scar on the back of the head, I don't know. It's really weak, so we don't really see anything like it anywhere else. The thing about the brain suckers is that the game is, I think, pretty clear that like you turn into a brain sucker. It's not necessarily a procedure that's done to you. You just transform into one. Like you transform into other things because you have like the ones in Upper Cathedral Ward. They're presumably just the choir, and then when the red moon hits, they go and turn into brain suckers. And like there's the ones in the Hintertombs. Hintertombs is like the way in which they explain brain suckers, but no one goes to Hintertombs because it's crap. But like Hintertombs does the thing where it's like it's showing you the madmen and then it's showing you the brain suckers and showing, okay, the deeper down you go, the more you go from being like a tomb prospector to a madman to a brain sucker. So I don't think it's actually like an operation that makes you into a brain sucker. I think it's like, I don't even know what the scar thing is. It may even been like they tried to like stitch their head back together or something. It's weird. The scar and the one in the workshop, I don't know. I honestly think the one in the workshop is just because they're raiding Catholic imagery constantly. I think it's just a Crown of Thorns design that they've seen and copied. Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. I think it might just be that, or like a halo or something, because that's a really old statue. Like it's all over the Chalice dungeons, so it's not a Healing Church statue. So it's something that it wouldn't have anything to do with the Healing Church's like rituals that they conducted. So then so now Impostia Sefka talking about things writhing in her head. Do you think that is also fantastic?
Writhing in her head?
You know when Impostia Sefka?
Yeah. She's like, I have been chosen. I'm not a beast. Yeah, it's probably phantasms.
Yeah, and like Eileen says the same thing too. Mm-hmm. There's like stuff in her head, and like
that's a lot of fluid.
Yeah, and it's literal. Like again, it's like because
Lawrence and his crazy experiments.
No, because Adelaine's big, the passion of Saint Adeline. It ends with the epiphany that you literally become a host to phantasms. They actually start living in your body and living in your pod. And that's so like when you have milkweed and you've got like milkweed, you have slugs like living inside of you.
That's
and
gross.
Then when you combine that with the like did you use the cos parasite much?
No.
So with the cos parasite, you whip these tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
The tentacles are slugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like you have slugs living in your body that you're actually fighting people with, and you can vomit out clouds of slugs and stuff. So it's like, I think the whole point of calling the things phantasms is that they're on the border, because they're clearly a physical, real thing, but at the same time, there's that dimension to them that's like, if you become insightful, they just sort of appear in you. Mm-hmm. They can like be attracted to you. Yeah.
Bonjour Adeline, comment allez-vous aujourd'hui?
No, I just had that memory again of like if you do the Adeline thing and I turn around and there's just a giant like chibi sin head in the corner. It's like, ah!
Thank you, Richie.
Okay, so then it's like the Mensa's cage. Do you think they wore that to protect like, do you think that the idea of the Mensa's cage is it was stopping like the brain suckers getting you or stopping brain suckers getting you?
No, I think the brain cage is like, it's like an antenna, like a satellite.
Well, it says it's like a satellite, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although like the design of it, it's specific, like, because the Bloodborne like rips off the Cobbler Dracula all the time, and the Mensa's cage is pretty clearly based on the prison cages that they would wear in that.
No, the Mensa's cage is based off of not the bees, not the bees.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where were you going with the? I don't know if I've seen the Dracula. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Because in the Coppola Dracula that they take like all the Canehurst aesthetics from, there's a scene in where they go to an asylum and they have these cages on their heads to basically stop them like biting people.
Mm-hmm.
To like it's like just keep the prisoners like under control.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mensa's cage design's clearly like taken from that.
Yeah, but
they just
slugs
make it
could
into
just
this
go
antenna
through
thing.
the big holes in the cage.
Yeah.
Unless it's a prototype. It's like, oh, slugs go through the holes. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, because the slugs don't have any bones. They can fit through anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
That's true. You had a lot of slugs.
I have a lot of experience with slugs.
Thank you, Richie. Is there another part to this question?
No, the overall question was basically, do you think, like, when a brain sucker grabs you and starts sucking, they're actually physically sucking the slugs out of your head?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are, like, the inside.
So it's like snack. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Well, the thing is, again, when we go back to, like, what's material and what's not, clearly, like, there physically must be something in your brain that is giving you the insight.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's able to be sucked out with a straw. So...
Jesus.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your questions, John. This reminds me of, remember Indiana Jones? They ate something out of a skull.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Richie.
Oh no, there's another thing from, like, Inside also says there's literally eyes in your head, and again, it's like, yeah, because the game is using this, like, dream logic, where, okay, eyes on the inside is, like, a metaphor, like, I'm getting this, like, third eye within its opening, and I can see the cosmos, but at the same time, literally, there are eyes in your head, that are physically, there is an eyeball that is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richie.
Yes.
Thank you, John, for your questions. So the next question is from Adam.
Yes.
Is the moon that's in the Hunter's dream the same as the moon over Yarnum?
Sin, what do you think?
No.
Why do you think no?
Because they're different moons.
Thank you, Sin.
You're welcome.
Shit.
What about you, Richie?
I don't know. Because, like, the Dreamlands are distinct from the rest of, like, Yana. But then you have, like, the... Calm down. You have the Mensis has its own moon. And that's distinct from the moon in the Hunter's Dream. As I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted. So, like, it's not the same moon, but you'll notice, like, the moon does turn red in the Hunter's Dream. It's, like, when the moon presence appears.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we can only get to Mensis when the moon in Yharnam is red, but the moon in Mensis is always, like, a perfect pale silver. Oh, hang on. Darkstone likes it's having a scar on the forehead is in the... That's actually a really good point. I didn't know that. We should look into that. Oh, 69 viewers. Thank you, everyone.
Nice.
So, like, I think the idea is that it's all that stuff about, like, the what's the line, like the boundaries are blurred, because the English text is like the boundaries between man and beast are blurred, as if they're talking just about like humans, like the boundary between humanity and something else is being blurred. But like I think
I am the court solving a very urgent and important thing. But I need to pass and let some love. Hi Sin and Richard. Hi everybody. Happy holidays.
Pablo just donated 50 ARS, saying,
thank you, Pablo.
thank you, Pablo. I am in court solving a very, because Pablo's a lawyer, solving
Yeah,
a very
good.
urgent and important thing, but I need to pass and let some love in. I send hi, Richie. Hi, everyone. Happy holidays. I imagine Pablo being like, "Objection, Your Honor. Give me 1 second."
Give me a
Just
sec.
like-
Give me a sec.
Just like typing. Give me a second. Okay, good. As I was
Hey,
saying.
Pablo. Okay, so the way that they describe the red moon is like the boundary between man and beast are blurred.
Yeah.
But I think the Japanese is just like the boundaries are blurred, as in like the boundaries of everything, like reality is being blurred. So I think it's more like the moon in the dream is a reflection of the moon in the real world, because like you can see as the game progresses, the moon does change in the dream.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like they're related, but they're not like the same object.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Like
Richie.
they clearly connected. Yeah.
Mhm. But yes or no? Is the moon in the hunter's dream the same as over Yarnum?
It's
Yes
not
or no?
literally the
Yes or
same
no? Yes or no?
yeah, why not? It's the same.
Thank you, Richie.
I mean, it does say the same as the moon over Yarn and the beast, meaning is the red moon in the dream the same as the red moon in Yarnum? In which case, yeah, basically.
Thank you, Richie. And thank you, Adam, for your question. All right. The next question is by AD.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long question. So you
Cat.
read it, Richie.
Oh, this has accompanying images.
Oh.
Okay. With how it changes color and size during the game, do we know if the moon we see in the game is part of the Skybox or a separate asset? It is actually a separate asset. If you watch Lance's videos, he shows you like exactly. It's literally like there's just a big flat 2D moon.
Yeah.
And to make it, it's gigantic, and they place it like it's like in game terms, it is like 200 miles away. It's just really big. That's how they do the moon in the sky.
And we
What
know
is
how much
what
200...
is your problem today,
Richie,
Ingrid?
Richie, let Ingrid
Sorry.
speak. What she was saying is, we know how much 200 miles is because we know exactly how much 5 meters is. And whoever catches that reference gets 100,000 points in chat.
Okay.
Okay.
So so there's reference like the moon in Moonside Lake is upside down and backwards compared to the moon in Bergenworth. So this is pretty much all about like the moon. So I'm gonna plug my own work here that is actually Lance's work, but I wrote it up differently. So if you go to the Bloodborne wiki, the one that's bloodborne-wiki.com, there is an article there on using free cam in cutscene that is written up based on Lance's work. And that literally has in it diagrams of like the moon descending, showing it from different perspectives. So you can see, like, for reference, all the moons, it is just a flat, big flat circle with a moon texture on it. That's how it moves. That's why it's backwards sometimes, and why it's like in different places. The only moon that is not like that is the one in the Nightmare, and that is a sphere. And so like the one that's got like the mist around it and the cracked eye look, that's a sphere. And when Orphan of Kos is defeated, it flips 180 degrees, and the other side of that is like the non-cracked version. Yeah.
So, Richie, we have 2 contenders to answer the question about the 5 meter thing. Rorik is the runner-up. He says 5 meters is 3 sins. That's another reference, one of the universal units.
So you're like 1.3 meters tall.
I'm 156 centimeters, so close. But I think it's this. Remember, this is a unit of measurement. This much. But the winner is beautiful Baron the Tutu, who said Moon Presence Guide description. Yeah, that's the 5 meters. Good job. And
Thank you.
yeah, and since we have 80 people here, I have a very important announcement. Bookmark the link that I put in the chat and watch it later. It's a series. It's a series season 1, full review of a very good anime. It's very well edited. A lot of effort and love went into it, so bookmark it. Check it out later. It's very good. MD Geist? No, but that's also very good. It's actually reborn, and if you go on our channel and search for the policy, you will find it. I highly recommend it. It's very, very good. Also, we will be doing MD Geist 2 next year. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you, Richie.
So, we have 2 more. There's 2 more parts to the question. From AD. So, has Beatrice's head been split open, or is it just how she looks? I think that is just how she looks.
I'm sorry, Tutu's throwing shade.
Looks like... I know.
I like how Sin specifies a reborn. Like there's a ton of other full series commentaries podcast you've done.
So Tutu is the comic shop guy from The Simpsons. Go ahead.
Oh my god, yes.
This is the worst episode ever, so
Go on.
Okay, so third part of the question, this is something you didn't realize until we played it.
What?
Recently. The big hunter emblems that they're, you know, outside the door to Amelia, there's the church servants, and they have the big crucifixes with they cause frenzy, and the question is like, why do they cause frenzy?
Because they're a-holes.
Thank you, Sin.
You're welcome. Why do you think they cause frenzy?
Because they have blood on them.
They don't wash their weapons, or?
This cat is sabotaging this episode.
No, what do you mean? She's the best thing about this episode, Richie.
She has been doing laps of the room, the middle part of which is that she leaps on top of me with her claws out. And then pesters me, and then I put her on the floor and she starts howling, and I have already fed her.
She's just providing background noise. It's like atmosphere. Like relaxing music in the background. Oh, Willie's asking, wait, this is part 1, so is this live or pre-recorded? It's pre-recorded, but since I'm a Lorical, I know exactly what everybody's about to say. That's why I can answer questions this way.
This is part 1 of the Bloodborne AMA. So, Jesus Christ, ow! So one thing you have to look forward to with Corvo is that when cats get old, they stop being able to retract their claws properly.
Yeah, but Corvo hates being picked up. He hates sitting on people. I'll be fine. Corvo is a loner. He's like the lone wastelander.
Ingrid climbs all over me. All the time. It's really painful.
Oh.
She also likes to sleep on top of me at night.
Aww.
To the point. No, she gets under the covers, and then she'll decide she wants out, so she'll just go scratch to get out, and it's horrible, and it wakes me up at like middle of the night with just poor like claws stuck in me.
Oh. Richie, okay, so we have to go in like 15 minutes.
Do we?
Yes. So before we finish, I think what we should do is ask people in chat if there are any quick yes or no questions they have.
All right.
Yeah. Just
okay, well, there's questions already. Do you think that Queen Killer being skinny, pale, and mostly naked is the game trying to tell us he's a Thumerian? I have no idea what Queen Killer is supposed to be. The thing about Queen Killer is like, if you spend enough time in the root chalices, you will run into people who look exactly like Queen Killer. Like that exact thing of like the cannon with the RDO and no armor on. I think there's like some room where there's 4 of them together. Like they're just all over the chalices. I don't know what they're supposed to be. They might be executioners who went mad or something. But yeah, Queen Killer is literally just a repurposed one of those, to the point where he's literally one of those with his AI changed, so he's on your side instead of the boss's side. Yes, they do attack you, and the thing about Queen Killer is that because Queen Killer is just a repurposed one of those, if Queen Killer dies, he has like drops. Like if Queen Yarnum kills him, you can get a blood gem from him, because they just got one of those guys and changed the team they were. Oh, hey, Punkus Bamboo, I'm sorry, we're about to go.
Hi, but hi, thanks for coming.
Yeah, we're going to be like another 10 minutes. We're just going to wind. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked, Darkstar Mike asked, can you spend chat points on leveling up and equipment upgrades? Okay, not yet, but I think next year chat points will be permanent. So we'll have to find a chat point system, and I'll have to find a way of writing these points down. So we'll like keep them throughout the year.
Oh no, Willie. We will keep you. This will stay up. You'll be able to watch it.
For now.
We're trying to do them at just different times of day, basically, so no one misses it.
Richie, but some of them don't stay up, and if people want to find the ones that don't stay up,
Patreon.com/SinclairLaw.
What is that?
I don't know.
Thank you, Richie.
Okay. So, do you think the wet nurse was created by Murgo or Murgo's dad? Sin, as the resident Murgo's wet nurse
actually,
expert.
Okay, to everyone, everyone who's like, ooh, this chick does not add anything to the conversation.
Hi, Fortune.
The channel, blah, blah, blah.
I think after the more recent Patreon video we did, they're not coming back.
So, Richie, it
becomes very clear who the chick who doesn't know anything of the two is, alright?
Thank you, Richie. So, back when I was doing my solo lore, and then when it was getting better and better, one of the videos that I did got a lot of views, but I'm like, this is not up to par, because it was like the editing was not on point, the voiceover was not on point. Like, I had to redo the video, so I deleted it even though it was super popular, and I remade a better version, and it was like less popular, but it got 96.524 views. So almost 100,000 views. So the video that has the most views is the one that I did on my own, my best video, without Vati promoted you, Richie. Let me remind you, Vati promoted you like 30,000 times. Everybody, nobody knows me. And yet this video got so many views. So this is what this channel could have been. Good solo lore. Yeah. Instead, we have notes of Bloodborne. Thanks, Richie.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I also had a video a lot of people saw. And I also took it down and started working with you, and that's what I could have been. I could have been good solo lore and said it's notes of Bloodborne.
Yeah, but you made a choice to take those videos down regardless of our relationship, because I didn't even... Somebody fell. This is so shocking. Somebody fell. This is like such a revelation. Yeah, as I was saying, you enlisted them and then you disappeared. So, actually, I pulled you up from the ocean. Thank you.
That's true, actually, yeah, because I don't think I would have stayed on YouTube at all if you hadn't, like, started messaging me saying, like, bitch, get over here, I fucking...
messaging you, started being like, listen, I don't know how long I have you for, so we gotta record everything. How does 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. sound? Every weekend.
Yeah.
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 I can see Ingrid walking around in the background, just like wrecking things.
Sid
Okay.
trapped you in the YouTuber's dream. Yes, that's a comparison we hear a lot. Yes. Okay.
So,
All right.
okay, so Tutu's asking, do you think the demon fire creatures that were cut, this is like Bloodborne enemies,
Mm-hmm.
they were meant to be in Bloodborne, or were they test models? I think they were at the start, because like the early stuff is way more Demon Soulsy, and there's references to like demons and like demons of the flame and the flame being used and stuff. So they probably were supposed to be like Chalice Dungeon things where you went down and you just found like, oh, it's demons because it's Demon Souls.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys that were cut that seem a lot more like fantasy than
Yeah.
Bloodborne. Yeah.
There's lots of like cut characters who like were more medieval, seeming
Yeah.
like they had like armor on, and there's references to like shrines and stuff in the Chalice Dungeons that we didn't get, and there's a lot of references to like a ritual involving flame. Yeah, Arkan Nightman's like, yeah, there's a great one that looks like a dragon god. It absolutely does. I remember this being a point I was making when they first dropped and people yelled at me about it. But like the thing called the Great One Beast, everyone was like, oh, it's like a wolf, and I was there and I was taking screenshots of its feet, and I was saying, no, it has the wrong number of digits.
Somebody's
to be a wolf.
little obsessive.
Yeah, well, that's what people want. It's the wrong number of digits. They're all in the wrong places, and also like, then it just turned out, oh yeah, the hair is separate. You can remove the hair as an object. Like it's a function that gets rid of the hair mesh, and you remove the hair mesh, and oh look, it's just a dragon. So yeah,
Reveal.
and that people do want feet. People want feet.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you, Richie.
So Lombard asks, how do you feel the post-colonial themes of Old Hunters were in for the base game? I think like from what I can tell, the idea of the church's like original sin was likely going to be Canehurst, which it still kind of is, but it was going to be like, oh, church went to Canehurst, like did a big murder thing, stole a baby. That's where the cord came from, and that sort of like was replaced by the Hamlet. The thing is, there's like
for feet in chat. I'll show feet. Look.
Oh my god, is this going on OnlyFans? I'll show my. Hang on. There you go. It's a little dirty because I've been walking around.
Thank you, Richie.
So, my feet are gross because I've been walking in and out of town like every day, and it takes about an hour. So I'm just covered in blisters.
Aww.
So.
Show Yoda
I don't.
Feet. Yoda has no feet, actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I don't think they were going to do like the Hamlet as it is now. I think it was just going to be Canehurst, because like I've looked through all the stuff and it looks like a bunch of stuff from the Hamlet, like the Slug Princess and stuff, was probably going to be in Canehurst. But yeah, I think the more like overt engagement with colonialism looks like they added it later on.
Cool. Thank you, Red Tie. Oh, for everybody who showed up, thank you for coming. I'm gonna post a patron-only video, a link, an enlisted link here as a thank you.
Is it Reborn?
No. Not posting full Reborn episodes for free. Gotta pay $2 for that. Okay, I have... Let's see, what do I have? Oh, classic. I'll post the usual classic from the Runes of Bloodborne.
Is this the one where I begged you not to upload it?
Impurity Rune, yes, aka drunken podcast that Richie doesn't think should be released to the public.
I stand by my statement.
And the thumbnail for this one is just a variety of Japanese slippers.
Boy, I wonder what happened in that episode.
Alright, so
Okay.
here you go, everyone. Bookmark it for later. And maybe we can post a self-help episode. Let's see. Let's see how many we got.
People have been referring to, like, what's behind me as my back.
Your
And
what?
it's like my background, and like
Yeah.
it is my background, but I need to point out I just live here. This is what it looks like all the time. This is not like an affectation I've developed for YouTube.
Thank you, Richie.
It's so like if I leave here, my eyes take a while to adjust to normal light. Actually, you probably can't see them very well, but like there's I'm backwards, hang on. Like those things there.
Mhm.
Those are lava lamps that I bought, and I removed the lava stuff from inside. The lava stuff inside is literally, it is just wax. So I like removed the wax and I just filled them with water. And then I filled the water with aquarium decorations and glow in the dark pebbles.
Oh,
And
very cute.
I replaced the incandescent globe with an LED. So now I just use them as lights, and I just have them on all day because LEDs don't get hot.
Mhm.
Yes, Epsilon, it is dangerous to open a lava lamp, but I know what I'm doing. So
I know
if
what I'm
you're-
doing.
if you're following along at home, don't try that. But if you know how to do it, like you can, and that's how I made those. And I'm considering getting some more to make some more because they've gone down pretty well with people who've seen them.
Yeah, it's very cute. Okay.
Oh no,
so-
Epsilon, it is dangerous because the lava, the way a lava lamp works is it's wax, and the wax is suspended in like a solution that when it heats up, the wax melts and starts to bubble and goes to the top, and then when it hits the top, because the top's not as hot, it goes down again.
No, Richie, it's
And,
lava.
That's true. So if you open like one up, it can be toxic because of all like depending on the solution that's inside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That should be
Uh,
a
just-
do-it-yourself video. We should do that next time you do one.
No,
No,
because
Okay.
I don't want to do it because then people will copy it and someone will get sick.
Oh no. Okay.
It'll be our fault and they'll like they'll have swallowed something. I don't know.
All right. So
Um,
Richie, wait. People have a choice. Okay. So I'm gonna post. So we have 5 of these on one of the tiers. I think we have 10 total. So would you like to learn how to think critically, or how to stay disciplined, or assertiveness, or staying energetic, or enjoying life? Which one of these seems more appealing? Rich or Chad, which one would you like to see?
It's up to you.
Thinking critically, staying disciplined, assertiveness, staying energetic, enjoying life. Staying energetic sounds like a ruse. Okay. How to open a low. Energy. Okay, staying energetic it is. I don't exactly remember what these
don't
ones are
know.
about, but I remember that they were very good.
All right.
So I'm gonna post the one about staying energetic. There you go. Please bookmark it for later. Okay, so we gotta wrap up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So Richie, do the outro.
That was Bloodborne AMA Part 1 of featuring Richie, Sin, and Ingrid.
Woo!
If you have more questions about Bloodborne, the thing we've been answering questions about for 3 years without stopping, I guess we did a bad job. So why not support us on patreon.com/SinclairLaw?
And for just $2, you can ask all the questions you would like.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. $2 tier is the best tier. The only way in which the $5 tier is better is because it has Saturday Night Snack Covenant. Thank you, Richie. But then I noticed people who donate more than $5 barely watch content. It's just like support for the sake of support, because I can see the views. I can see how many views like the videos get.
Yeah.
Y'all have not been watching us. We try very, very hard on those Richie is a bully videos.
Yeah,
I mean 20 seconds each.
I mean, there's someone I support on Patreon. I haven't watched anything by for 3 years. I just feel rude saying no, you're not worth $2 a month.
That is so cute. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed this stream. And yeah, I guess we'll do more of them once I'm in the woods, in some capacity.
Yeah, okay.
Perhaps Snacks Bar 2000. That was a good idea. Been thinking about that one. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Wait. I gotta post the thing that we have to post at the end of every episode, because it is what Richie called our pièce de résistance.
What is it, Reborn?
You already posted Reborn. It's the eye hunt. Also, another thing, we actually played our first tabletop RPG game together. Well, my first, but your first with me.
It was our first together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bookmark it for later. It was very good. It was eye hunt. It was a tabletop RPG, and Mafia was involved.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was calling it a magnum opus, not a piece de resistance.
Okay. It's our showstopper.
Well, it's your magnum opus because you worked so hard on it. The piece de resistance is clearly the wet nurse video.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's true. All right.
Everything else is just trash.
Did you know that you once called Tsuna a trash child?
Well, yeah, because it's an accurate description of him.
Thank you, Richie. Also,
if someone's done a lava lamp taste test video, I think it's time that this chat ends before someone dies.